What's going on, Giants fans? The 2022 NFL schedule for the New York Football Giants is out, and in today's show, we're going to break it down from Week 1 to Week 18. We also got the preseason at the end for you. But my question to start today's show, what will the Giants' record be this year? Predict it in the comment section. Look, I'm going down there and typing 17-0. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but that's what I'm hoping for. But I really want to hear from you right now. Predict the Giants' 2022 record right now. Football is almost back, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Gren, and the Giants schedule, it is out. Shout out to Art Stapleton. He just leaked it on Twitter, but it's about 99.9% true. I think it's pretty much true. It checks out with every source we have here at Chat Sports. So let's get to it. Let's break down. Let's start with Week 1 at the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be a 4:25 Eastern kick on Sunday. Look, the Giants, their secondary is a question right now, and if you get to start Week 1 against Ryan Tannehill, that's a good thing. Then you go and take on the Carolina Panthers, the home opener for the New York Giants. You're going to have to stop Derrick Henry if you want to win that game. Then Week 3, Monday Night Football, you're going to be hosting the Dallas Cowboys. That one's always fun. If you can beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football, that usually counts as 2 wins in my book. Then you're going to take on the Chicago Bears, Week 4. Justin Fields against Daniel Jones. We had their first-round pick this year. Let's see how that one goes in Week 4 against the Bears. Then Week 5, the Giants, they're traveling to London to take on the Green Bay Packers. Week 6 against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Week 7 against the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. Then you go Week 8 at the Seattle Seahawks. Drew Lock, is he going to be the starter? We'll find out then. Then you have your bye week, Week 9. I thought it was weird the Giants elected to not have their bye week after the London game, but that's how it's going to roll this year. Week 10, you play against the Houston Texans at MetLife Stadium, and then against Jared Goff in the Detroit Lions in Week 11 in New Jersey, and then Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. The Giants, they haven't played on Thanksgiving since 2009. They lost that game against the Broncos, so hopefully we can reverse the curse and beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. That's going to be a hell of a game. Week 13, then you play the Washington football team, Commanders, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care. Then you play against the Philadelphia Eagles at New York, in New Jersey, at MetLife in Week 14. Then Week 15, you play the Commanders. So you got 3 divisional games from Week 13 to 15. That's going to determine a lot for standings and potential playoff seeding. Then Week 16, you play at the Minnesota Vikings. Week 17 versus the Indianapolis Colts. And you close out the 2022 NFL season at the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 18. Look, guys, make sure you're subscribed because the NFL season's almost here, and we pride ourselves on putting out a New York Football Giants video every single day here. Look, we've got the schedule up on YouTube before anybody else. That's why you go down and hit that big red button. And look, if this is your first time watching a New York Giants Now video by Chat Sports, we pride ourselves on being the most interactive YouTube channel out there, and this is what we offer. Daily coverage of the New York Football Giants. 100% free content, news, rumors, breaking news. We started doing live shows a couple of weeks ago. We cover the hell out of the NFL draft, free agency. Look, anything under the sun related to the New York Football Giants, we break it down on this channel, youtube.com/NYGiantsTV. Go down right now, hit that big red button, and help us get to 9,000 subscribers. Everyone that's already subscribed, you're a real one. Week 1 against the Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones. I have this as a key game because it's Week 1, but it's against a team last year that was first placed in the AFC after the regular season. Stopping Derrick Henry, going to be the biggest key in that game. But I want to hear from you right now in the comments section. Who do you think's going to win Week 1? Are the Giants going to come out, start 1-0, reverse the curse? I can't even remember the last time the Giants won in Week 1. But let me know, who do you think wins this matchup? Type NYG for the Giants or TEN for the Tennessee Titans. When I first look at this schedule, it's kind of an instant reaction. Week 3 against the Dallas Cowboys, Monday Night Football. That game pops off the page for me. But in Week 1, 2, and 4, you start off against some inexperienced and not very good quarterbacks, in my opinion. And with the secondary right now, that's kind of limited with talent and not a lot of experience. That's good for the New York Giants. You get to get those guys out there. Rodarius Williams, Aaron Robinson, Cordell Flott, and Adoree Jackson, some early reps in the season against Ryan Tannehill, against Sam Darnold, and against Justin Fields, and then, of course, Dak Prescott in Week 3. Then you travel across the lake and you play the Green Bay Packers in London. That's going to be an early morning kickoff on Sunday. You get to wake up, and Giants football might already be on. Nothing's better than that. Then week 6 against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be tough. Lamar Jackson, he's tough to handle, one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the National Football League. It's going to be fun to watch, but I actually like the Giants in that game. Then week 7 against Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Lawrence is going to have a much better year this year. The Giants, I think they have an somewhat easy-ish schedule to start the season. And then week 7, you finish off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then you play the Seattle Seahawks and Drew Lock potentially. Maybe Geno Smith returns and plays against the New York Giants. We'll see. I don't think many Giants fans actually like Geno Smith after he was the starter to break Eli Manning's consecutive started games record. But what you want to do is get hooked up with BetUS. The NFL season's almost here. You can also bet on the NBA playoffs. But with the schedule out right now, it is time to place some future bets on the Giants, against the Giants, whoever you think is going to maybe even win the NFC East. Just go to chatsports.com/bet and make sure you use the promo code CHAT125. Because when you do those two things, they will match your $100 deposit bonus with 125%. So you get 225 big ones in your account to bet with. Maybe you want to bet on who's going to win the NFC East. If you go and bet on the Giants at plus 650, you can win some big-time cash. The Commanders, they're at plus 450. The Eagles, plus 225. And the Dallas Cowboys right now are even to win the NFC East. Just make sure you do it with our proud sportsbook partner, BetUS. Shout out to them. They always sponsor the show, and they got the best deposit bonus in the industry, 125%. Just go to chatsports.com/bet. Make sure you use the promo code CHAT125. After that game at the Seattle Seahawks, you have your bye week. I like having the bye week at week 9, kind of separate the season right at the halfway point, regroup, regather, and get ready to finish the season out strong. Then you play the Houston Texans in New Jersey. You're going to be going to go up against Davis Neck Mills Mafia. Played good in his rookie season, but I think that's a very winnable game for the Giants. Week 11, you play Jared Goff and the Knee Eaters over in Detroit, the Lions. They're a scrappy team. The Giants, I'm hoping they are a scrappy team this year. That could be a good game for sure. And then Thanksgiving against the Dallas Cowboys. I call this a primetime game. My producer, he called it just a special occasion, a special time. I call it a primetime game because anytime you play the Dallas freaking Cowboys, it's a big game. It's primetime. The Giants, they haven't played the Cowboys on Thanksgiving since 1992 when they lost 30-3. The previous time they played on Thanksgiving was 2009 against the Denver Broncos, and they lost 29-6. The Giants, they don't really do all too well on Thanksgiving. Their all-time record is 7-4-3. But in the Super Bowl era, they're 1-2. Hopefully after this year, their record in the Super Bowl era on Thanksgiving will be 2-2 after they defeat the Dallas Cowboys in Jerry World on Thanksgiving. I just can't wait till the Giants beat them and they show Jerry Jones and the little suite he has, and he's just staring and looking super pissed off. That's going to be a great sight to see if you're a Giants fan. Then you finish up this season. You got the Commanders twice in 2 games from week 13 to week 15. That's 4 straight divisional games. Cowboys, Commanders, Eagles, Commanders. That's a big stretch for the Giants. That's really the home stretch. That's where you find out if this team is a pretender or a contender. You're going to be able to find out a lot about people. Daniel Jones, how Brian Daboll is doing as a coach. Because look, say you're out of the divisional race, and then you rattle off 4 games in a row from week 12 to week 15. You're right back in the thick of things. But speaking of the divisional race and having 4 straight divisional games, I want to hear from you in the comments section. What team in the NFC East do you hate the most? Is it the Cowboys? Is it the Eagles? Is it the Commanders? For me, it's the Cowboys because right now I live in Dallas, Texas. But growing up, it was always the Eagles. I just hated the Eagles. I hated their jerseys. I hate Philly. I hate everything that city stands for, the broken bell, everything they got going on over there. But I want to hear from all Giants fans in the comments section. Type DAL if you hate the Cowboys the most. WAS if you hate the Commanders the most, or if you hate that stinking team from Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles, type PHI in the comment section. Week 16, you're going to take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Don't sleep on Kirk Cousins because you like that. Do you like that? Yeah, if you love the Giants, you love this video because it's about their schedule release. Then you play the Indianapolis Colts, a new-look team. Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor, one of the best backs in the NFL. They have a great offensive line. That's going to be a tough game for the Giants. Then you wrap up the season in Philadelphia playing the Philadelphia Eagles. That could be a game that maybe gets the Giants in the playoffs or is a good game. It could be flexed into a primetime game. We don't have the time for that game yet, so maybe that might be a Sunday night football game. That was a look at the Giants 2022 NFL schedule. Look, follow me on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm going to be tweeting about the Giants all season long. And let's do this right now. If you think the Giants are going to make the playoffs, go down right now and like this video. Or if you just want them to make the playoffs, like this video. Because look, I've talked to people over at YouTube, and they told me the more people that like this video, the chances for the Giants to make the playoffs only goes up. That's just science. They told me that. I believe them. The person that told me that, she works for YouTube. It's my mom, so maybe it's not real. But if you want the Giants to make the playoffs, go down right now and like this video.